the show. Anyway, thought that would be interesting and
So
fun
do we
for us to do.
have we all seen the video of I want to say, is it Harmon? I may be getting the two Rick and
The
Morty.
baby rape.
Yeah, the baby rape.
And
I
then
haven't seen it.
Justin Roiland, the other Rick and Morty guy, was like drawing pictures and cartoons of Barron Trump naked.
Now that's
that's
excessive.
yeah. See,
He can do it though. Look, it's tasteless. Okay, it's tasteless, but he can do it. He can do it. No reason he can't do it. I would love
I
to
would
watch
say
a
you
Chelsea
shouldn't be able to
Clinton
do it
porno.
because it's an underage person, and that's pretty fucked up.
I'm with Kyle on this. It's tasteless. I don't like it. Barron is not a political player. He's off limits. We should leave him
just a
alone.
kid.
Having said that, I
I
know.
don't think you should be fired for
Once
this
you
shit
start
at all.
fucking with First Amendment rights, then there's a slippery slope argument there. And America
Well,
typically-
but Adult Swim as a private company, they have a right to fire anyone for any reason. Yeah, I really don't like the trend of firing people for jokes when both sides know that it's a joke, but when it's not to their, position, they'll feign ignorance.
This is the
I really don't like
watch
that
this,
trend.
So everyone knows I watch politics like sports sometimes, and it is a good day when you're offended. Oh fuck yes! I could be offended by something the other team just said, and I'm gonna go on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and wherever else will have me, and tell them how offended I am and how terrible this person is for having offended me. It's a position of power, and they both sides do it.
I can't agree with you more. Like it is interesting now that to deny the fact that this has been happening to the right wing way more than the left, like forever up until now, would be dishonest. It's all like in the last decade, it's pretty much outrage machine against someone who's a little bit on the right and they get fired. And now that it's
I don't agree
equalized-
with that off the cuff. I mean, I'd have to look into it, but I'm like, Jesus, like fucking everyone in Hollywood that's been nailed seems to be on the left. And some of those Me Too things are not that big a deal. I mean, you guys have argued.
Oh no, well, that's why I said
Right.
up until now. Like I'm meaning now, like the Me Too era. Like, and so for so long, there's been a trend of, oh, this guy did something we didn't like, get him fired if he's kind of right leaning. And then now people on the right are going, oh, well, we'll feign outrage too, and we'll do this bullshit. And I don't think that it's productive because all it's going to do is ruin comedy. If everybody from both sides is constantly saying, oh, this is offensive. Yeah, on the inside, in parentheses, we all know it's not really that offensive, but it really expedites my political agenda. Like, it's very frustrating. I would rather people just be able to joke about whatever the fuck they want and keep us laughing instead of getting bogged down in this horse shit. But, yeah.
Yeah, I can't find the rape video, but it was pretty. I thought it was a little funny. I chuckled. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It's pretty ridiculous that they're going after him this way. I thought it was super ridiculous that they took Guardians away from James Gunn, I think his name is. I'm pretty bummed about that.
Can you tell? I don't feel like I understand in detail what he did. Some sort of pedo joke 10 years ago?
Yeah, pretty much. They dug up like 33 of his old tweets, and they were all sort of like, I don't know. One of them was the shower in my hotel last night felt like a 3-year-old boy peeing on my head. It was so weak. There were lots of them that were just sort of tasteless, not funny, by the way. That's one thing I gotta say. Like none of them made me laugh. They were just in poor taste, usually about like kids or something like that. Some sort of pedo kind of joke. But dude, it's the fuck. Like
it was like, admittedly, when you have to go back and delete 10,000 tweets, you probably made too many pedophile jokes or maybe too many pedophile statements. But like, Chiz, he deleted 10,000 tweets.
Well, they're probably not all pedophile jokes.
No, not
he
all
probably
pedophile.
just deleted his history.
Well, he left 20,000 up. So it was somewhat selective at the very
I
least.
can't explain that. Yeah.
But regardless, push comes to shove, I would rather people be able to eat. Like, I don't like the way it was presented because some of these you're like, oh, that's pretty fucked up. But then it would be like in those tweet collages they do where it'll be like a million of them, and like the first 3 will be like somewhat good and like a nice example, and then if you read like in the middle of it, you're like, this is clearly a joke. This is clearly like them fucking around. And so
They're
I
all
feel
jokes.
like that's what was happening. Oh yeah, I think most of them were jokes. I don't think this guy's actually a pedophile. I
No,
don't
of course
think he's
not.
actually
No, they're
molesting
all
children.
jokes, and none of them are funny.
What I'm saying is they
that's
will
the real
pick
crime.
3 really harsh jokes and put them there in the collage, and then fill in the rest of the space with very obviously jokes to try and be like, because the person's going to click, read a couple, and be like, man, this whole thing is full of the same stuff. All right.
I think I agree with Kyle's stance that if the jokes were funnier, this would all be fine.
The Hardy Boys and the mystery of what it feels like when Uncle Bernie fists me. The hotel shower is the weakest ever. Felt like a 3-year-old was peeing on my head. 3 men and a baby they had sex with. #unromantic movies. See, that's funny. So what that is, it's there was one of those hashtags like unromantic movies, and he's just he's 3 men and a baby is obviously a movie. I think Tom Selleck. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just adding and the baby they had sex with. What is this? Honestly, the best policy. Tell your 3-year-old you're laughing, thinking of me fucking 3PO. He'll appreciate it when older. Like, I don't get that, and it's not funny. Eagle snatches kid is what I call it when I get lucky.
Not one of these is funny at all.
No,
Which
no.
was the big mistake. So
he should stick to what he's good at, which is writing sci-fi movies and directing sci-fi movies, and he should leave comedy to someone else. He should probably have had someone else running his fucking social media. What's James Gunn need to be on Twitter for, right?
I have no idea. I'd never heard of the guy up until this point. Did he direct the other Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, both of them. It's his shit. Fuck Disney though. Fucking Walt Disney was a Nazi sympathizer. Like if he were around today, they'd be voting him out. They'd be firing his ass. So fuck Disney and their bullshit. It's just stupid. That guy.
That's a conspiracy theory I saw online that Disney's Frozen, that movie, was made to obfuscate the fact that before that, if you were to search Disney Frozen, you would learn about the fact that he had his remains cryogenically frozen until like we got rid of the Jews or something, like after he died. Like, it's obviously very silly. Like, that would be an example of a conspiracy theory that we wouldn't bring in our little conspiracy thing. Did that make sense? Did I explain that adequately?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they were trying to.
The whole thing was an SEO play.
Yeah. Well, it really paid off.
I think it worked.
A roaring success.
I
like that movie, honestly. Like it was.
You watched Frozen?
You have you?
You haven't seen Frozen?
No, I'm an adult man. I don't have any kids.
Well, you're a faggot. Let me tell you, Frozen is what men watch. Okay, manly men with good senses of humor. Who are secure men. All right, with big cocks. We watch Frozen.
This is explaining a lot.
That's right.
No, I watched Frozen. Like, I didn't see it when it was new. We got the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, and I watched it at home, and it was like, damn, this is good. And Christine Bell, I guess, is in it. Do you guys know her?
Yeah, Kristen Bell.
Okay. She can sing, and I guess I knew that she could sing a little, and I kind of knew that everyone in Hollywood can sing a little, but she killed it. She was great in that. And, of course, it wasn't Demi Lovato who actually did the other role, but it was the fat woman who who just played the cartoon, and she did great too. And I'm like, in the plot, it was pretty fun and stuff. And like, I think there was at one point, like, the little girl wanted to get married because she met the perfect guy, and they're like, that's ridiculous, you just met. And I was like, oh, they modernized this a little bit,
Yeah.
See, I have nothing against it. I don't know shit about the movie. I just know if it's a musical, I will not partake.
It's a Disney. It's a Disney movie. Like there's like
I don't
5,
like
6
musicals.
songs
I haven't liked Disney movies since I was a kid.
You don't like musicals. First of all, musicals are awesome. All right, I love musicals.
I hate
musical anything.
Did you like Shrek?
I love it.
I liked the parts of Shrek where they weren't singing.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, then Frozen might not be for you. Because I think some of its highlights were in the music.
Was it only as much of a musical as like Shrek was, where like the majority is not sing-songy?
I would say there's like 4 or 5 songs in there. Like I would say 5, 6 songs maybe. The thing is,
in an hour and a half movie, that's not a musical.
The main thing is that the main song is like iconic. Like, it's great. It's really good. I can't. I don't know.
Put your eyebrows down. I can't be that good.
It was my theme song for a year.
It's great. It's iconic. It was probably on the Billboard charts or something. They probably sold that shit as a single. Like everybody knows that song.
My daughter can sing that song really well. So my daughter, she was in musicals in high school. She got the lead in her singing. It was pretty neat. And during auditions, she used to sing that song. She was especially good at that.
I like when I see parents slip in little like braggy things about their kids. It's very unironically sweet, where they're like, "Oh, she did this and that. She was the lead," and then they keep going. I like that. It's it's nice. And I also like, Kyle, on the opposite end of the spectrum, how devoted you are to really bringing the word faggot back. And all my weight behind you. Best of luck. I think that every episode of this show, you're doing a wonderful job bringing that word back.
You guys can't see it because I don't have Kyle focused enough. Hold on. Kyle, please hold your pose.
Please hold the pose. Chiz says,
there we go.
faggot and retarded, never give them up. Well, Chiz, if you've listened to me for 3 minutes on the show, you know I'm never giving retarded up.
No, I'll never give retarded up. I'll never give faggot up. I'll never give up retarded faggot. Like any, no, don't take my language away. Don't make me less descriptive. When I call you a faggot, I mean it.
I've used that word in my head recently.
What happened? What was the situation that put you over the top?
So Boogie2988, most likely. I don't know. Terrible branding. We all know Boogie, right? He plays the center of the road on every issue that's ever to have been an issue. And he was talking about gay marriage, and Boogie, I think, in his heart, is actually pro-gay marriage. And he's pro-gay rights, and he's on that.
If you look at his Twitter, he's very clearly pro-gay, pro-gay rights, all.
But in an effort to kind of play it down the middle, he was like, hey, I'm for gay marriage, but let's slow walk this thing, right? Maybe not right away. Maybe we start with civil unions. I'm extrapolating a little bit. And just do gay marriage down the line. And this is, he's sort of playing the middle. That's what he does. Well, like, the gay rights people came after him hard. And they just started, like, going at him all over Twitter. And he's apologizing, and they're not forgiving him. And it's like, oh, my God. You people are attacking a guy who's actually on your side. He's one of your own. He's not the guy you should be going after. Go after fucking Pence or something, who actually doesn't like you. Boogie does like you, and you're attacking him, you fucking faggots. Right? Suck my dick. Faggots, you'd probably like it. Stop attacking.
No. Nope.
Did we go too far?
Do not associate the word faggot with homosexuals. That is not what it's about.
Are you sure?
Now, what's it about? Kyle, can you give us a concise
Am I doing this wrong, Kyle?
Are assholes. They are scumbags. They're annoying pieces of shit. They're bad people. Okay, they're low class.
Well, these are gay faggots.
See, in my head,
See, they are. They're assholes. Like they're being very mean. They're attacking someone who shouldn't be attacked. I somehow this conflates this sideball story. We went to war with Iraq, and this lefty, good-hearted person went to Iraq to support the victims that we were attacking. Right? And they killed her. And their parents came. Do you remember that? And their parents were like, "You killed the wrong person. That person was there trying to help you. They were like a human shield for your city, and you killed them for it." That's kind of what happened to Boogie here, right? He was on their side. And they killed their own human shield.
See, like, the thing he should know with like getting involved in like political shit on Twitter is like, if you make a middle of the road assertion, you're gonna get hate from one side and hate from the other.
That turned out to be true.
A right-leaning, left-leaning one, like, at the very least, you're going to get agreement from those people. But, like, the best way, it seems, to get a bunch of hate on Twitter is to make that middling of the road, like that middle-of-the-road response, because, like, he would have gotten the same group of responses if he had gone way further to, like, the Christian right and been like, and they shouldn't be able to get married or do this and that. Like, those same people would have come out of the woodwork and attacked him. But they attacked him as well when he was a centrist. Like, you have to know, people on Twitter, they don't have good, they're not going to be reserved, rather, in how they attack people. If you're even a little bit off of what they like, they're going to come at you. And so when you make what you think is a reasonable centrist position, you're actually going to be getting hammered from both sides. Whereas
hope
if you would have taken one
sorry.
side or the other, you know, I'm not saying if you believe truly down the middle, don't say that, do it, but you're going to get just as much hate.
I
Like,
hope that
people
I
will
get
not
attacked on
take side.
Twitter for my defense of Boogie, because I'm not really on Twitter. And what will happen is it will be like February 2019. It'll have blown over, and I'll be like, huh, would you look at that? They were mad at me last year.
Yeah, I don't think anybody cares about that in regards to Boogie now.
No, like Boogie's a pretty likable guy for the most part. Like I don't.
He's in
like,
the doghouse again. I thought he was the guest soon. Like it just keeps a list of like guests we have coming up, and he was on it, and then I don't know what happened. But yeah, poor Boogie is in the doghouse again with more drama. And here's another one where I feel like he's taking more heat than he deserves. There is a passionate.
I saw his tweets. He's absolutely taking more heat than he deserves. He doesn't deserve to be taking any heat from this. It's not unreasonable.
There's a passionate group of people who are always looking for reasons to fuss at Boogie. And Boogie, I don't think, any more than I ever was, is really wired to resist a passionate group of people who are fussing at him. Apparently what happened is he dated this girl. Remember when he was on the show, he was like, hey, my ideal girl would be like a petite, little porn star, whatever. He had one and wasn't telling us. He was dating have you seen her?
I've seen her.
Okay, yeah. So, all right, look, she wasn't...
she wasn't a beautiful petite 10. She was a
hotter than
Don't
you
pull
guess.
punches, Kyle. You're the one leading the charge on bringing faggot back. Go ahead. What is she?
She's a rough-looking chick, and some low-class porn. Whatever.
I did not actually see her in porn.
I haven't seen.
Yeah,
it.
here you go. I'll hook you up right now.
I think
Yeah,
I saw her like snuggled up next to Boogie in a picture, and I think I saw her in something else too. And it was like, she's not a bad looking girl. So,